writing, I began making drawings on the page of text on which I was working as I paused to reflect and to think. Throughout my writing life, I have drawn glyphs in various investigative poetry projects, in the writings of histories in verse, such as Chekhov, a biography in verse, the poetry and life of Allen Ginsberg, 1968, a history in verse, and the 9-volume America, a history in verse. And now for several years I have created a sequence of books combining glyphs and text. One traces the life of Charles Olson. I brought an example of my glyphic history of Charles Olson. Shapes have power to shake the spirit, and the bard can draw those forms for use in the flow of vowels and consonants. A glyph can tremble the brain, or even help bring alive the structures of gnosis. The promise of a new living hieroglyphic is of similar order as when the ghost of William Blake's brother gave him the idea for reverse copper etching for the Songs of Experience. Faces and visual determinatives, as in the ancient Egyptian, can come to verse. A glyph instead of a name in a story poem, or totems for towns in lieu of the letters. All my bardic life, I have drawn them. It began in 1961 when I was in jail studying Egyptian after trying to board a Polaris submarine in a peace demonstration, when I made flashcards in my cell to learn the ancient Egyptian. And then for the next 45 years, I drew glyphs all the time, wherever I was, on planes, in discussions, at political meetings, everywhere, in quick, instant flows of my many pens. Oh, glyphs, please enter my visual pathways and form yourself into my spirit. Oh, glyph of the ancients, who sought to feel a sacred shape, please enter my skin, my heart, the soft strip where visual artifacts form. Oh, glyphs, commingle with my pen and come up with the shapes and forms that Plato described and Matisse cut with his scissors. All hail the glyph.